Hello, good evening, and welcome back to the CL channel, where we have one beautiful session for you. So, the session that we are going to have today, and as you already most probably know about it, right, is top college forms to fill before CAT. So, there are some. Okay, so before we begin this, uh, let's quickly understand and get into context why we are talking about this. So, I- as I always say, there are three important parts to getting into a top B school, and CAT is the smallest part of it. Whether you say CAT or you say the MBA entrance exam, including CAT, ZAT, SNAP, and MAT, and all of these. All the exams which we make such a big hoa about, right? We make it a big deal, right? That's actually a very small part of you getting into the top B school. Now, why do I say that? Very simply because let's say you are taking you're preparing for CAT, you've prepared well, you have reached a certain percentile that you've stabilized on by the time you reach November, right? And you've done a good job at it. Let's say on the D day you also go and perform well. However, that is only less than one third of a story. Kyunki suppose you've taken CAT and CAT goes well, ZAT goes well, NMAT goes well, SNAP goes well, all of that goes well, but you have not filled the right kind of forms. In such scenarios, in such cases, it's a big issue because you will not get calls. And when you don't get calls, you can't get into those colleges. That's one. So, now, why this? What's the third part, by the way? The third part is GDPI, right? So CAT is only less than a one third part. A big part is form filling, and then there's a bigger part which is the GDPI and VAT, right? Which we'll talk about a little later. As soon as CAT gets over, we will jump on to talk about GDPI prep and VAT prep, right? But let's stick to the second important part, which is form filling. Okay, the mistake that students generally make is the one where they feel that I have done a great job with my prep and I want to, let's say, get into one college. Let's randomly take an example of MDI. Someone has MDI in mind, someone has the IMA in mind. I said the IMA, okay. And there's someone might have FMS in mind, someone might have XLRI in mind, whatever it is that you are aiming for. It is very stupid, it is not a very prudent decision to stick to that one particular college and try for only that one particular college. Why? Because, okay, I'll give you a very relatable example, something that you and I both have gone through. Let's say you are in a college or in an office scenario and you like a person. In my case, let's say you like a girl, right? And in my college, I've had my fair share of crushes. And then I see that that particular girl tomorrow goes ahead with someone else. And when I look at that someone else, I feel, ke ye, seriously? What was wrong with me? Right? So that thought. But please understand that it is the choice of that person whether they want to go ahead with you or not. And that has nothing to do with how good or bad you are. Okay. So the point I'm trying to make is there is one thing which is you wanting to get into a college, an institute, but there's another thing where the institute wants you back. Okay, so it's highly possible that if you are aiming for one particular institute, high chances you might not get there. And I'm sorry, I'm not being negative here. I'm just being a realist, right, at max. So basically, hence I always say that you should be aiming for a cluster of colleges or a cloud of colleges, right? So it's a cloud of colleges you try for. Now, there's a problem with that cloud of colleges as well. What is the problem with the cloud of colleges here? Let's say I aim for not just IMA, but IMA, BCL, FMS, XLRI. Now, these are generally the colleges which require a certain percentile. Okay. And let's say I got 0.5 percentile less than that certain percentile that is required for me, for my profile to get into that institute. So I don't make it there. What if those 5 colleges don't work for me? So I should have another thought process that I should fill up some forms for the backup, right? So we've discussed that in the previous sessions where we talk about Bschool form filling. I think last month or maybe a month and a half back, I did 2 detailed sessions where I covered more than 100 colleges that I talked about, right? So it was a series of 2 sessions. This is, you can call this a third part of that series, the third session in the series. So basically, what I'm trying to tell you is you should have a form filling strategy. Like you have a mock strategy, like you have a strategy to how to appear for CAT, how to use, how to appear, attempt the con section, or how to attempt the DRR section or VARC section. Similarly, you should have a strategy for form filling as well. And what does the strategy entail? So first of all, there has to be an understanding of where realistically do I stand today, and where I will stand 35 days from now. Roughly, you have 35 plus days, 36, 37 days odd, right? So in these 35, 36, 37, 38 days, whatever's remaining, where will I stand? Okay, so there's a realistic range. So for example, today, if I've reached a 93 percentile, let's say, there's a good chance that I will cross a 95 percentile. I may reach a 97. And if I use my 30 days right, and if I have my mind calm and mental state in place, I might just make it to 99 or beyond. So for example, let me consider 95 to 97 as my realistic range. If today I'm sitting at a 93, more than a month down at CAT, in the CAT, 24th of November, I might reach a 95 to 97 percentile, which becomes my realistic range. So according to my profile, I will look at 95 to 97 percentile as a realistic range of profile and fill some college forms accordingly. Lekin, I may even get a 99 percentile, so I should be prepared for it. So I should also have some forms in my kitty which are beyond 97 percentile. They are 98, 99, 99.5 percentile. Very nice. On the same note, it is also possible that I might not even score a 92 percentile, 93 percentile. I might just get a 91. Now that I'm getting 93 and I might get a 95 month down, right? I might also end up with a 91 percentile. So I must. अच्छा, जाट का मैसेज आया, कब स्टार्ट होगा बेटा? स्टार्ट हो चुका. Good morning. So, all right. So there are some people who should fill up the backup forms as well. So backup forms meaning if you don't get the percentile in the realistic range, you should fill up some forms in the backup range as well. So this is the form filling strategy at large, which brings me to the point, and which brings me to the next. So let's straight away open the PPT and look at it, right? So why is form filling such a big deal? I just answered it, and the answer is diversification of risk, right? Diversification of risk का मतलब क्या होता है? डाइवर्सिफिकेशन ऑफ रिस्क का मतलब है, अगर मेरे पास बहुत सारा पैसा है, मैं उसको एक स्टॉक में नहीं डालूंगा, मैं उसको 3 सेक्टर में, हर सेक्टर की 3 कंपनीज में उसको डाइवर्सिफाई करूंगा. एंड बियॉन्ड द स्टॉक मार्केट, आई माइट गो फॉर अ बॉन्ड मार्केट, I might go for a gold market or a real estate market, and I might just diversify my funds. Why do I do that? Because when the market crashes, and it will, at that time, I am safeguarded. I don't lose my money, right? So this is the logic. Okay. So why form filling is such a big deal is because you have to diversify your risk. Hence, form filling is not just to do with college forms. It is also to do with exam forms. Some people just rely on only CAT. कि मैं सिर्फ CAT दूंगा. मान लो there's a guy who's aiming for the top ABC. I am ABC, and I am ABC के लिए you are just looking for CAT, right? If you talk about ABCL level, there is also an ISB Hyderabad, which is going to also go through CAT and GMAT. There is going to be an XLRI, which will happen through a ZAT, and so on and so forth. So it does make sense for me to fill up multiple exam forms and multiple college forms. So this is what it means. Now the question is, how many forms? What is the budget that I should allocate, and how many forms should I fill? Okay. By the way, before I go ahead, I see that there are already 2 questions on the chat. I will take them up in some time, right? So let's get to the point of where we discuss what are the colleges, and then we'll start taking up questions. right? So why is form filling such a big deal? को अगर answer करें तो budget is also an important point. How many forms is also an important point. So roughly, this is what we are looking for. What we are looking at is exam forms would cost anywhere between 2,500 to 3,500, 2,500 to 3,500. College forms would cost me anywhere between 2,000 and 3,000. So roughly, you can take an average of 3,000 rupees, right? And if I am going to fill some at least 5 exams and 12 colleges, I am talking about a budget which is around 50,000. Now, for some people, this could be 40,000. For some people, this could be 60,000. This is an average sort of a number, right? So 50,000 side pe rakh do. Tell your parents right away, because otherwise that will come as a surprise, right? So this is nothing but a very strategic form filling, and you will realize this at 2 stages. One, when you get the calls, you'll realize that I've filled 5 forms. Against 4 or 5 forms, I might get 1 call, right? Again, there's different range of people. Who somewhere you might get 1 out of 2 calls, that you filled forms for, and some of you it might be 1 out of 8 calls. But on a rough note, we consider 1 out of 4 or 1 out of 5 calls if we play a little safe. That means that if I fill up 12 colleges forms, I will end up getting 3 calls or 4 calls, maybe 2 calls as well, but let's consider 3 or 4 calls. Out of those 3 or 4 calls, maybe I might convert 1. So nothing wrong if people want to fill up 15, 18 forms as well. Nothing wrong. You shouldn't go berserk कि कोई strategy के बिना मैं सारे form भरना शुरू कर दिया sir, and I ended up filling 30 forms. Don't do that. That means you don't have a strategy in place. Anyone who fills less than 10 forms and more than 25 forms, or maybe 20 forms, 22 forms, does not have a strategy. He is going haywire. So the right number that I used is 10 to 22 or 23 forms. That is the right range in which you should fill up colleges depending on your strategy. All right. Of course, since you guys might need help with this, what we can do is you can reach out to us and we can help you with a personalized form filling as well, right? Especially the CL students have that benefit anyway, but the rest of you also, we can help you out. All right. So that's about the logic of why form filling is such a big deal. Now, the question is when to fill forms. Of course, we know the answer. There are 2 parts to this. There are some forms, very few forms, which need to be filled before CAT 2024, which is before 24th of November. Their deadlines, their last dates are before 24th of November, which means in the coming 30 days, within 30 days, right? And there are college forms that can be filled after CAT 24. We don't need to hurry with that. However, nothing wrong in filling them up. But if you want to wait, nothing wrong. Okay, so that's how roughly this. There is a beautiful institute called SPJIMR Institute of Management Research, or SPJIMR, which is the next absolute next second, very next, right next to the IMABC or XLRI or FMS and such colleges. So that is SPJIMR, right? So we've put that in cluster ranking 1B. You can check out the cluster ranking in your student portal if you are a student. The others can check it out in OpenCat, right? Through OpenCat. So please go ahead and check it out. It's also on the website. So there are different courses available here: PGDM, Business Management, and so on, right? Where the average salary again is 33 lakhs. So it's right there with FMS in that sense. However, there's a big difference in the fees. So ROI becomes different as compared to an FMS. The start date for this form is 15 September, which has started, and say 22nd November, this form ends. Please understand that this form, including FMS, has some questions which are very subjective in nature. Okay, so you will have some subjective questions which are very specific to who you are. That needs to be filled up. It's not just a form where you put in your name and phone number, address, and your 10th, 12th graduation details, right? There's a lot of questions apart from that. There will be separate sessions on how to fill SPJIMR forms and so on, right? That will be a detailed form. This one is just about information of which forms you are supposed to fill up, right? The form fee is 2,000 rupees, not so much. However, individually, it's never so much. It's only when you add them up is when the number reaches high. So that's SPJN for you. Then we come to the third one, which is MDI Gurgaon. MDI Gurgaon is cluster ranking 1C. The courses available are plenty actually. If you want to get into MDI Gurgaon, it's not that difficult, right? So PGDM HR, one of the beautiful HR courses for those who want to do it. PGDM IB, International Business, and PGDM BM, right? The placement stats say that the average salary is somewhere around 25 lakhs, but this is a very real figure, and the higher salary goes quite high, as high as 63 lakh per annum last year. Start date for this form was 5th September, and the end date is going to be 22nd November. The form fee here is 3,000 rupees, right? And that's what it is. Coming to IMT Ghaziabad. Okay, before I go ahead, let me take some questions, right? Gauri Kulkarni says, sir, does MDI require only work experiences people? No, no, Gauri. No college in India, no college says that it wants only people with work experience, or only boys, or only engineers, or whatever. Right? Please understand, in fact, GPA and I were discussing this exactly today, how it depends on, see, understand what it is. The college only supplies the student that the industry demands, right? Industry demand says that we don't only need work experienced people, or we don't only need freshers. We don't only need freshers or sorry, engineers or non-engineers or girls or boys, right? They need a good mix. The quality of the students is also high because there's a good cohort, good mix of students in the college. If that's not so, the institute won't be that great. Okay, which means the ratio can differ. For example, an institute like SPJIMR, which has a good number of students, one of the best courses in operations. Now, the operation course needs people to have experience, especially at the top colleges. So there, of course, you will see a lot of people who have experience for the operations course, maybe some for the finance course, but marketing course will have a lot of freshers, right? It's not a fixed thing. I'm talking about SPJN in particular for an example, right? So it depends on the college to college, but no college says that you only require work experience. So that's one. So let me start the questions from the top and take a few. The rest of them we can take later. Atul Kirti says, I'm an 878 GEM fresher scoring 60 in CL mocks. Should I apply for SPJN? So SPJN does not depend only on your CAT score or your academics. There's an entire profiling that is done. So if you have a good profile, even if you have good academics, there's a good chance. 878 is not great academics, it's a good academics. Okay. So let's understand that you could be a person who has work experience. You could be a person who's a fresher but has been a national level sports player. So it could be, profile could be all of these things, right? And your call depends on your profile for SPJN specifically. Okay, so basically what you should be looking at is, do I have a profile? Do I fairly think कि मेरा profile पे मेरा हो सकता है? Can I get a decent percentile? People with slightly lower profile will have to have a great percentile, right? People with a great profile may do with slightly lower percentile. Okay, so take a call on that basis. This is too few in terms of the information, Atul, to take a call. Aman says, मेरा सब अच्छा है, बस 12th में 56 है. Any forms to ignore? Yes, there is a sort of an information that we will put out, right? जहाँ पे it's an absolute must to have a high academic score, where academic score ka weightage is very high, right? We will share that with you also. I'll make sure we'll do that. However, most of the colleges, if I may say, if your academics is affected, compensate with percentile. That's all I can say, right? And then you fill the form and leave it to chance. Thoda sa information might that we share might be important to you, but don't take a chance there. Okay, Aranya का एक और ले लेते हैं. 94.2, 76 सबका of course मैं profile discuss नहीं कर पाऊंगा बेटा. So I'm just taking a couple of questions and we'll take some generic questions going forward. 94.2, 76, 74.8, fresher female. Which colleges to? You are giving me a very wide information. I can't decide this. I don't know how much percentiles you're getting. How many mocks did you get a high percentile in? When was that? What are you doing right now? Right? So a lot of factors matter. However, I request all of you who are giving me your profile to go and check the profilizer. At least we have some colleges there where which have a fixed. We can only keep the colleges which have a fixed criteria that has been put out, right? And then we have data of the students that we use to work out the cutoffs. So go and check it out. You'll find it funny, guys. We filed an RTI recently. Okay, I'm not joking here. The lowest IIM call for a general category male was 82 percentile. For a general category male, the lowest percentile that a person got a call at was 82 percentile. Similarly, the convert that happened was at 93 percentile. The lowest percentile at which someone converted IIM Ahmedabad was 93. Right? So this is how it works. So go and check out the profilizer. I would request the team, CL team, to put the link of the IIM profilizer so that students can actually go out and check their profiles. Okay, let me see if there is any generic question that I've missed out. Pi says, when did FMS start applications? Yes, it's about a month as per this information here. As I shared, September 2nd week is when FMS started applications. So that's been a month now. All right. Timothy says, can you please tell, sir, what programs we should prioritize while filling SIM biases? Okay. SIM biases में बहुत सारे programs, बहुत सारे colleges हैं. Okay. So what you could do is, first of all, check out, for example, just let me give you an example. There's something called an SIIB, Symbiosis Institute of International Business. First, you should go and check out, make a list of the colleges, go and check the cluster ranking. I'm telling you how to do this, okay? Because there are more than 14 colleges in Symbiosis which are relevant to you. So you go and check SIIB and which cluster it lies in, what is the average package, and blah, 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 right? And you can do this. I'll have to just hold for 1 second. Sorry. I am sorry, for the disturbance. So as I was saying, I'm sorry, I forgot what the question was. Symbiosis. So you could go and check out SIIB, which level it lies in, which cluster it lies in, if that's the right college for you in terms of your aspirational, realistic, or backup college, right? Then you go to the website and check out the courses. For example, there's an agribusiness course in SIIB. So there's an international business course, there's a regular MBA course, and there's an agribusiness course in SIIB. So which one interests you is what you can yourself check out. So there are courses available in the website, the syllabus that they are going to run for you. If that interests you, that's a college for you. If it lies in your cluster, right, that you're interested in, that you are aiming for, in terms of aspiration, realistic, or backup, and if the course entices you, that's the course for you. Utna homework aapko karna padega. You will have to do that. What is right for you cannot be fed by me, right? So Timothy, that's the answer to your question. A lot of people will say कि ये करी दो वो करी दो. यार नहीं कर सकते. You are a profile. You are a person who has your own aspirations and your own thought process, right? How can I tell you that this is the right course for you? So please understand that your course will have to be picked by you. Okay. S7KER says that, sir, few websites on Google say that the FMS form comes out Jan 2025. plus nothing on the website about application either. Okay, I would request the team to just check it up. Someone is saying that FMS form is not available. Well, I have got the notification that it is, but anyway, we can check it up. We'll check it up. Okay. There's one more question I can take up. Aqua says, at what percentile do we have chances to convert MDI Gurgaon? So, okay, MDI Gurgaon call, you will get aram say if you are above 60, 96 or 96.5 percentile for a general category, right? So, you can expect a call. However, at that percentile, it will be difficult to convert unless you have a great profile, right? However, there are also people who get a call at a lower percentile, but that is a rare occasion. Okay, so that's about MDI Gurgaon. Cool, चलो. अच्छा, एक और क्वेश्चन ले लेते हैं. बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन है because I want to talk to a lot of you. Tarun says, should I apply for other colleges considering I have SC category? Guys, SC category का जरा डेटा जाके प्लीज एक बार चेक करो कॉलेजेस में. मैं जिस आरटीआई की बात कर रहा था कुछ देर पहले, जब हम आरटीआई डेटा देखने बैठे तो ये समझ में आया कि न्यूअर आईआईएम्स, आई एम टॉकिंग टू द एससी, एसटी, पीडब्ल्यूडी, ईडब्ल्यूएस, ऑल कैटेगरी स्टूडेंट्स. जब हम डेटा देखने बैठे तो ये समझ में आया कि एग्जैक्टली एज लो एज 40% पे कुछ न्यूअर आईआईएम्स, एग्जैक्टली 5 कॉलेजेस आई रिमेंबर, 40 नहीं 60%, 40% was for ST and EWS, PWD, and SC candidates के लिए 60%. 60 percentiles पे newer IIMs are giving calls. Some IITs also. Right? We will put this data out, right? And hence, SC, ST, PWD, and EWS candidates should be very, very. In fact, even women aspirants, female aspirants, should also be very, very wary, right? Where कौन सी college apply करना है, because there are a lot of colleges which give a lot of benefit, and rightly so. See, कुछ लोग को लगता है कि benefit मिल रहा है, इन लोग को benefit नहीं है. हर तरह के लोग चाहिए, हर तरह के लोग कॉलेज को रखने होते हैं, right? It's not a good thing or a bad thing or a benefit or a loss to someone. It is just the way it is, right? So yeah, so let's move on from MDI Gurgaon and to the next college, which is IMT Ghaziabad. IMT Ghaziabad is cluster ranking 3B. Courses include a lot of courses. Again, a good college with an average package of 17 lakh, right? So good college also depends on your aspiration, right? Someone who's targeting a 30 lakh college might not consider IMT Ghaziabad, but maybe MDI will become his backup, and so on and so forth. Someone considering the MDI range, IMT will be his backup, and so on, right? So 3B, PGDM marketing, finance, banking, DCP, dual country program, right, and so on. So this is what IMT Ghaziabad is at. Iska form bhi 3rd week of September ko nikla hai. End date is not available yet, right? But it is open. The form is open. That's what we mean by it. Okay. The form fee is 3,500. Coming to the next one, one of my favorites in this zone of IMT Ghaziabad and XIM Bhubaneswar and IMI Delhi and all of those, right? XIM Bhubaneswar is a very beautiful institute, 3A ranking, right? Courses available again are MBA, BM, HRM, RM, SM. SM is Sustainable Management and RM is Rural Management, right? Average salary is 19.53. That's almost 20 lakh. It's a good college, right? The application details, the applications have started. The end date is 10th of December, so the forms have started. Form fee is 1,800 rupees, right? With this, we'll come to SI. Before we come to Lal Bahadur Shastri College, let me see if I want to take one or two more questions. Okay, Divyansh is asking a very interesting question, not related to this, but I'll still take it up. What if a person scores good percentile, let's say able to score 95 plus percentile, also gets a call, but can't crack GDPI? Yes, that is a case. That happens. It happens all the time. Every year I see some students जो बहुत अच्छा percentile score कर लेते हैं, but they are not able to they go through the GDPI. So which means GDPI is going to be as important or more तो मैंने शुरुआत में ये बोला कि देयर आर 3 पार्ट्स टू योर सक्सेस of getting into top B schools. The first one is CAT preparation, the second one is form filling strategy, and the third one is GDPI prep. अभी तक तुम 1/3 पे ही फोकस कर रहे हो. मैं आपको बोल रहा हूँ ये सेकंड 1/3 पे फोकस करने को, फॉर्म फिलिंग. अभी थर्ड 1/3 GDPI तो बाकी है मेरे दोस्त. ठीक है. So good question, thanks for asking. आ गया. I lost it. Just a second. I lost this guy. Where was he? Divyansh. All right, Divyansh. Now, someone was asking about FMS. FMS Delhi's 2025 MBA program, and I'm giving you the updated information, is expected to begin in the first week of January. So that was correct. I think the team has sort of probably made a mistake, and ends in the second week of February 2025. Okay, great. So that we've put that aside. So Arindam, that solves your question also. हाँ, जाट का एक क्वेश्चन बहुत रेलेवेंट है. एमडीआई का लास्ट ईयर स्टूडेंट्स भी एक्सेप्ट करेंगे ना सर, बिकॉज दे रिजेक्टेड लास्ट मोमेंट. सो लास्ट ईयर क्या हुआ था गाइस, एमडीआई में एक चीज हुआ था. एमडीआई ने बहुत सारे लोगों को एडमिशन दे दिया था एंड लास्ट मोमेंट पे कैंसिल किया था, क्या आपको नहीं दे रहे हैं. देन उस पर थोड़ा सा बवाल हुआ इन मुंबई टर्म्स, राइट, मुंबई के लैंग्वेज में बवाल, राइट, हम लोग यहाँ दिल्ली में भसड़ बोलते हैं उसको, राइट. कुछ हुआ एंड दे प्रॉमिस दो स्टूडेंट्स कि वी विल गिव यू द एडमिशंस नेक्स्ट ईयर. So yes, some seats may be filled by that. However, we'll come back to you with the data of the real-time information about that as and when it comes to us. But yes, that is correct. ठीक है. अब एक गोहान का क्वेश्चन लेता हूं. गोहान सेज कि सर आई एम अ 987, एसपीजेन भरूं या एमडीआई. ये क्या सवाल है गोहान, तेरे पास चॉइस कहाँ है, दोनों भर दे. मॉक्स के मार्क्स 3250 है. ओके, 3250 है, which means you are in that percentile range, then you take a choice. Fair enough. If it's an aspirational college for you, you make a choice, right? If you can't decide, both are great colleges. It's difficult to decide between the two. SPJIMR is rated slightly higher, in my opinion. Okay. Siddhant Goel is asking, can we still build a good profile for interviews in Jan? Well, Siddhant, I would say प्रोफाइल जो बनना था बन गया बेटा, राइट. अभी तो प्लीज फोकस कर ले कैट के ऊपर. अभी 31 दिन पहले प्रोफाइल बनाने मत जाओ. आई एम वेरी वेरी सीरियस अबाउट दिस. प्रोफाइल बनाना था, तुम मुझे 6 महीने पहले पूछते, आई वुड से यस, टेक अ फ्यू ऑनलाइन कोर्सेज, डू समथिंग एल्स, डू एन इंटर्नशिप, डू व्हाटएवर यू वांट, राइट, बट नॉट राइट नाउ. राइट नाउ डोंट फोकस ऑन दैट. ठीक है, जो है वो है. Okay. So let's move on. LBSIM, Lal Bahadur Shastri School of Management, LBSIM. Cluster ranking is 5B. Cluster courses available are PGDM, FM, RNBA, E-Business, AINDS, and MMS. So couple of courses to choose from, right? This is a 12-13 lakh ka average package ka college, right? So, and highest goes to 16-17 lakh, right? This has started. The end date is 15 December 2024 with a form of 2200. Okay, fine. NIRMA again is in the similar range of 5B, where they also have multiple courses like MBA, HRM, and IMBA. And average salary is 12.2, highest being 30. 1st August को इनका एप्लीकेशन शुरू हो चुका था, 31st December the last date. 1500 रुपए का फॉर्म है. So this is one. Now I come to the hero of the year. Okay, why I'm saying the hero of the year is because ISB Hyderabad this year stopped its deferred admission program that they used to do till last year. Deferred admission program क्या था? So ISB Hyderabad का जो main flagship course है, that was a 1-year PGDM course. That 1-year course was for executives only, which means people who have work experience of 2 years or more could apply. 2 years के नीचे हो तो you cannot apply. I mean, you can apply, but you would not get through, right, in the regular batch, upcoming batch. But in some profiles who apply through a particular deferred admission program, who have the right percentile profile, sorry, GMAT score profile, etc. So GMAT accept karta hai, right, for the flagship program. Yeah, so what they used to do is they used to pick a few students, handful few, and they would say that okay, you can join me after you finish 2 years of experience. So if you have no experience, if you are a fresher and you get selected by ISB in that program till last year, right, in that case you will have to work for 2 more years at least, and then we will have a seat ready for you whenever you come with the experience. If you already had 1 year experience, you would want to take 1 more year experience and join the batch at that time, so they would keep a batch for you, right, keep a seat for you in the batch that you would like to join. So it's a deferred admission program, but that has been discontinued. And instead, what they've done, and very smartly so, is they've entered into an arena where IM, ABC, FMS, XLRI are operating, right? Basically, they've come with a 2 year MBA course for people who have less than 2 years experience. So people who don't have 2 years experience but still want to go for ISB, which is among the global, if I'm not wrong, it is ranked anywhere around within the top 60, 70 colleges in the world, where the I and ABC don't figure in the global rankings. Okay, so that is where ISB is with its flagship program. So this year they've come up with a 2 year MBA program, exactly catering to people like you who are preparing for CAT and trying for an IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, and so on, right? For a 2 year program, you can apply to ISB for a 2 year program. And the best part is that it requires, it will admit students through not just GMAT, but also CAT. So GMAT and CAT will both be accepted. So what should you do? If you're taking CAT and if you're highly aspirational, you're already working on your percentiles and you're reaching there, you should apply to ISB Hyderabad through CAT. If you are not getting as much percentile in CAT, you may also attempt through GMAT if you don't get it through CAT, right? So that's two ways of doing it. The application details, the applications have opened last month. End date has not been revealed yet, and the form fee is 5,000 rupees. So that's ISB for you. Okay. Forms that are yet to be released are plenty. All the forms that I did not mention are yet to be released, and FMS, right? So these are the college clusters that is expected. The application deadlines are also mentioned here. So you can go through the Bschool cluster. These are, please understand, these are the tentative dates because these have not come out. This has been as per last year's dates. Okay, so we are mentioning it as per last year. So this, my friends, has been what we wanted to talk about, the forms that are out. Right now, let's get into a very interesting, exciting discussion, which is raised to 99 percentile. The last leg of RT99 is happening this weekend on 19th and 20th October. Right, I'll come to the questions in a few minutes. Let me just spend a minute here because this is very important. Those of you who are preparing for CAT, and very seriously so, would have gone through race to 99 percentile. If you've not, you should, right? You don't get this anywhere. It's not recorded. It is not available for sale apart from the dates that are mentioned here. There are multiple phases of RT99 which have already happened, but they were different, right? We have already done RT99 Head Start way back in April, where we discussed an actual CAT 23 ka slot 3 ka form question paper. In August, we came with RT99 online, where we discussed slot 2 of CAT 2023. And then since then, we've been doing road shows in 32 cities across India, where we conducted RT99 slot 1. But those of you who've missed all of these, some of this, can attend RT99 online, and this is the last part of it. इसके बाद नहीं होगा, इसके बाद अगले साल होगा, and अगले साल April में, right, for the next year CAT students. So your last attempt at this, please make sure you register for this. It's a registered event. You have to register for this. So make sure you do that. Don't miss it. We'll be discussing a lot of strategies and stuff. It will be taken by Jijo, GP, and Gautam Bawa, if I'm not wrong. Right. So three of them will be covering the three sections of VARC, QA, and DILR respectively. So it's going to be very exciting. And I welcome you all there. Right. So now let's get to the questions back again. Could you please also list the general cutoff for each college? Sarav, general cutoff for each college is not going to help you, buddy. It is a useless information because not everyone gets called or converted at a particular same range of percentile. Please understand that. In an SPJIMR as well, you will have a student with a 99.8 percentile or 99.9 percentile all the way till 85, 86 percentile. If I remember back in the history, if I go back in the history, SPJIMR has also given calls at 83 percentile and converted them. What do I mention? Do I mention 83? If I mention 83 as a cutoff, it will be wrong information because not everyone at 83 percentile gets a call. Some people at 98 don't get a call from SPJIMR. So what is that number that I can use as a general cutoff? You can't. Right, Sarav? So that's the reason why we only write indicative percentile where we do. And that is also not useful information because it depends on your profile. However, if you want to understand the range, go to the cluster wise ranking that is there on the website or the student portal and check it out. वहां पे cluster बनाए ही उस तरह से हैं, तुम्हें समझ में आ जाएगी कि higher cluster, higher percentile. But if you are a good profile, you might require slightly lesser percentile. So do the math, rough math, and go ahead. Work your way. राइट आरजी व्लॉग्स यू आर राइट सो एफएमएस दिल्ली का गैफ तो मैंने एक्सेप्ट कर लिया है वो टीम की तरफ से गलत डला है सो करेक्टेड अगेन राइट जाट पूछ रहे हैं ओबीसी और जनरल में फर्क क्या है ओबीसी इज अ लिस्ट ऑफ क्लासेस some what do you say communities which have been categorized under OBC NC layer OBC NC that is OBC other backward classes non-creamy layer NC right so OBC NC is a category right so general is everyone who doesn't fall under a category of either OBC NC SC ST PWD or EWS that's a general category no reservations for them okay so that's the difference so hence the percentiles are different if you want to get in right so that's so hence yeah OBC को फायदा है is what you're asking which one has more advantage in getting calls EWS और OBC ये अच्छा है मैं दोनों कैटेगरी में से अप्लाई कर सकता हूँ कौन सा अप्लाई करूँ ठीक है भाई वो डिपेंड्स ऑन द कॉलेज अगेन बट ज्यादातर मैंने जो नोटिस किया है EWS might be a more sure shot better or lower percentile right it cannot be said for all colleges though because it keeps differing right it keeps differing for the same college year on year also so yeah take it with a pinch of salt please Arindam says does XIMB take both CAT and ZAT यार पिछले मतलब एक दो साल पहले तक तो मुझे याद है they used to take both I haven't checked it this year so Arindam I will check it and get back maybe if the team can help me out I will be able to answer this right now but I'll get back to you right but do check it out ना उनके वेबसाइट पे लिखा रहता है ये सब so just go and check मोस्टली होना चाहिए मेरा अंडरस्टैंडिंग ये बोलता है अगेन वो उनके कोर्सेज पे भी है फॉर एग्जांपल XIMB RM का कोर्स है ना उनका तो RM के कोर्स के लिए NMAT भी लेते हैं वो लोग सो ऐसा अलग अलग कोर्सेज के लिए भी अलग हो सकता है सो डिपेंड्स ऑन व्हाट कोर्स यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट राइट अरिंदम Kushagra says my brother said that do only CAT and SAT and no other exams? Well, that depends on what your strategy is, Kushagra. If you want to get into colleges like, let's say, uh, MDI, IIM Shillong की very next number पे जो colleges आती हैं, right, are SIM, SIBM Pune, SCMHRD Pune, and Nursing Monji Mumbai. Do not want to apply to them as a realistic? So that depends on where you are in terms of percentile today. अगर आप safely 99 percentile में खेल रहे हो ना आज के दिन में, today, don't apply to NMAT and ZAT. But if you are playing anywhere below 98, 97, 98.5 percentile, then please apply. Okay? You should apply. Please understand my diversification की जो बात समझाई है आपको, right? These are wonderful colleges with wonderful output in terms of both learning and placements, and you should not take a chance here. देखो एक बात समझो, अगर आपको अपनी अभी दिमाग में ऐसे चल रहा है ना, I had a student from a very good college, graduation. It's called DAIICT Gandhinagar, Dhirubhai Ambani Institute of Information and Communication Technology. It's like one of those NITs, IIT, triple ITs out there, right? It's of that level and run by Reliance, right? And this kid was highly aspirational. ABCLK में जाऊंगा और कहीं नहीं जाऊंगा, FMS में जाऊंगा, कहीं नहीं जाऊंगा. मैंने उसको फोर्सफुली बोला तू NMIMS और SIBM कर, बिकॉज तेरा अभी प्रोफाइल तेरा परसेंटाइल 99 आ सकता है, अभी नहीं आ रहा है. And believe you me, he got a good percentile in CAT. He had great calls, including the IIMs, could not convert it. Went to SIBM Bombay, Pune, sorry, I'm so sorry, SIBM Pune. And after 2 years, when he came back, he said, sir, thank you for taking the decision for me, because SIBM was a lovely journey. It was a very good college, learned a lot. It is right up there. Highly aspirational kid. High percentile kid. Right? So ये तुम बाद में डिसाइड करो ना, जाना है नहीं जाना है. Why do you want to decide it today? Decide it in March. Convert it by then. Get a call. Convert NMIMS and then say I'm not going there. I will respect you and your decision. कि सर मैं एक और साल ट्राई करूंगा, IIM ABC में जाऊंगा, मैं ये नहीं ले रहा हूं. तब तू बोलेगा तो चलेगा. अभी you are not in a position to reject anything. So my suggestion is fill up colleges and fill up exams, forms, right? Right, Kushagra? All right. Saurav Datta says, what about Bschool? Bschool is a brilliant, beautiful college. Somehow, the way institutes rate it, institutes meaning हम जैसे institutes, except CL, जो बाकी लोग बात करते, कोई Bschool की बात ही नहीं करता यार. Bschool इतना brilliant institute है. If you look at the data, go to the cluster ranking that I'm talking about. I am still requesting Neha to post it, post the cluster ranking का link here, right? But Bschool का cluster ranking जाके check करो CL website पे या CL portal पे, and you will see that it's a brilliant college and it is right up there. I think we've put it in either 1 or cluster 2A, उसके बीच में कहीं पे रखा हुआ है, which is extremely high colleges. So it's a really good college and you should apply to it. Will TIS take CAT score? I don't know yet. They will tell us. See, last year TIS was through TISNet. Last year TIS was through PGCUET. This year let's see. Okay, मुझे लग रहा है CAT ही होगा. कहीं उनका एक बीच में आया था notification. I had also shared it on the Telegram groups that we have, right? And yes, TIS may take CAT, but let's still wait for their things to come out, right? Okay. What is the course fee of ISB 2-year course? It will, with GST, land you somewhere around 27 to 29 lakh. Okay, let's take last 5-6 questions, or rather 2-3 questions as per the time which we have. Sir, if you are already registered for RT99 sessions, do we need to register again? Nobody. If you've registered, you have your register ID and everything, just join. Okay, you will get the link also. है ना? Okay. Sir, any offline event coming up for CAT 2024 students? Tanmay, we just had, and it's actually going on in a lot of locations. We had boot camps. So we conducted CAT boot camp, MBA boot camps. This MBA boot camp was a 20-hour rigorous program that was conducted by a lot of centers in either 2 days or 3 days. तो ये boot camp ऐसी चीज है, लेकिन कुछ locations पे it has already been conducted, कुछ locations it's getting conducted. So check out boot camps का web page for CL, right? And you will see that you'll see the schedule, right? So कौन सी जगह पर बाकी है. So you can go and attend if you want. Okay, let's go on. Okay, my teammates have shared the Profilizer link for you to use, right? I'm just looking for a question that might help all of us. Sir, when will CL start uploading college-wise form filling guide? We don't upload any guide. We will come here on YouTube and we will tell you how to fill the forms. So that's going to start probably next week. Okay. So I don't know. We have a lot of sessions planned out. So somewhere in between, we will be doing these sessions also. Right. Srijan is asking me, please tell me what are the right colleges to fill for 70 to 80 percentile. Some of you also said at 60 percentile, 56 percentile, someone said. Please go to the cluster ranking. You will get all this data. I can't share everything here in this live session. That will take me 4 hours to talk, right? I don't mind that, but it'll become a very irrelevant session for all of you. So what you should do is go to the cluster ranking and check out the right cluster. You can also compare colleges there. So do that. Okay. I think we've covered more or less all the questions that are there. What is RT Booster Program? RT Booster Program is where RT99 plus some other things are added, daily dose and other things. So that is RT Booster Program, right? So that's about it. Who is conducting these boot camps? Well, all our good faculty members are conducting the boot camps at their locations. And do we have to register for RT booster program? Yes, you have to register. Yeah. Okay, I think I've covered a lot of questions are getting repeated because बार-बार लोग question पूछ रहे हैं. So I think will this session get saved? Yes, this session will be available on YouTube, right? And with that, guys, I wish you all the best. Hope this was useful. We'll be coming up with more such sessions which are relevant to you guys. So keep watching this space, right? And thank you so much. You can reach out to us here for any inquiry, any question that you might have. And with that, we have come to the end of the session. Thank you so much. All the best.